What's up, YouTube? Low-key plug back with another video. Now that the offseason is almost among us, I think it's time we discuss the 5-star players that need to be traded this offseason. There's definitely a lot of players that I can see getting traded this offseason. I think every player on this list may actually end up getting traded this offseason, honestly. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. At the number 5 spot, we have Jrue Holiday. Jrue Holiday is a great player, but Jrue's older than the rest of the Pelicans core. Jrue is 30 years old, while the core consists of Zion, Brandon Ingram, and Lonzo Ball is an average age of 22 years old. Jrue Holiday's name is already in a couple of trade rumors for some teams who are planning to win now, such as the Brooklyn Nets. Either way, at this point, I think it's obvious that both sides will benefit from the departure, and there's a 99% chance he will be traded this offseason, or at least traded sometime during the regular season. At the number 4 spot, we have Victor Oladipo. Oladipo was a star just 2 years ago, but the injury he suffered has definitely left him away from the game for a long time. A lot has changed for the Pacers from the time he was the man on the team. As of right now, I would say Malcolm Brogdon is the lead guard for the Pacers. It's reported that Oladipo announced that he would like to move on from the Pacers. Although he recently denied the trade rumors, I wouldn't put it past him. Oladipo's career can make a resurgence depending on what team he lands on, although he hasn't played fully healthy in a couple years now. Now, at the number 3 spot, we have Joel Embiid. Honestly, I've never been a fan of the whole splitting star players up if they don't win their first couple of years, but I honestly think Simmons and Embiid's playstyles don't complement each other at all. I think the 76ers would be a lot more successful if they used Ben the way the Bucks use Giannis. 5 out with Ben running the point seems like an ideal situation for him, but the way the 76ers were built this year didn't make a whole lot of sense with Horford and Embiid. Embiid is a great traditional big man who can improve a lot of teams, although I can't look around the league and pick the best situation for him to go to. Leave a comment for which team you think would be best fit for Embiid. And at the number 2 spot, we have the one, the only Pandemic P. Personally, if I ran the Clippers, I wouldn't trade Paul George, especially after the Clippers gave up 5 first-round picks and a promising young point guard, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and a solid scoring big man, Danilo Gallinari. Paul George was disappointing in multiple stretches of the playoffs, but when I looked at the Clippers, I saw a team that had no real playmaker. The Clippers often just took turns isolating with Kawhi, PG, and Lou Will. If the Clippers were to get a playmaking point guard that could set up Paul George, his value would be worth what the Clippers gave up in the trade. Unfortunately, even if he can pick up his play, it's obvious that a couple of the Clippers players feel some type of way about him. After the Game 7 loss, Paul George made a speech to his teammates about being committed and giving it one more shot instead of disbanding the team, in which the Clippers players responded with eye rolls. I think it's safe to say Paul's on the hot seat and will probably be traded due to chemistry issues. Just know if Paul were to end up on a team like Houston or Brooklyn, it might be over for the league. Now at the number 1 spot, we have Chris Paul. Everyone expected Chris Paul to be traded this previous season, but surprisingly, there was no trade made. Chris Paul outperformed every expectation placed on him this season, leading OKC to the playoffs. OKC even managed to take the Rockets to Game 7. It's clear that Chris Paul can help a team win now, or at least mentor young players. I think Chris Paul should go to the Knicks just to help a couple of point guards develop. Regardless, it's likely Chris Paul will be traded this season, since the Thunder definitely won't have enough firepower to contend. Where Chris Paul will land is a mystery, but I would put my money on either the Knicks or the Heat. And with that being said, those are my 5 NBA superstars that need to be traded this offseason. As always, let me know what you think in the comments below. If you have any ideas for content, post that as well. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share. Thank you for watching. Be safe, and until next time, Low-key Plug out.